On 2nd of October 2025, during Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, a terrorist attack at a synagogue in Manchester. 2 worshippers lost their lives, several were wounded. The suspect was shot by police, but new questions have emerged. One of the victims may have been hit by police bullets. In this video, I will walk you through exactly what is known so far, who the people involved are, how communities and authorities responded, and what lessons we must draw. Please note, some images in this video may be upsetting. Viewer discretion is advised. At around 9:31 am BST, Greater Manchester Police received reports of a vehicle driving into pedestrians near the Heaton Park Hebrew Congregation, Synagogue in Cravitz, Manchester. Witnesses saw the driver exit the vehicle and begin stabbing people near the synagogue gate and entryway. Congregants and security inside the synagogue locked the door and attempted to resist entry, blocking access. Within minutes, armed police officers arrived. Firearms officers were deployed at 9:34. At approximately 9:35 am, officers fired shots, killing the attacker, Jihad al-Shami. A bomb disposal team was sent in as the suspect appeared to have a suspicious device, later determined to be non-viable or fake. In total, 3 people, including the attacker, died and 3 others were injured. The incident was declared a terrorist incident by National Counter-Terrorism Policing. Who is the attacker and why might he have done this? The attacker has been identified as Jihad al-Shami, age 35, a British citizen of Syrian origin. At the time of the attack, he was reportedly on bail in an alleged rape case. According to police, he was not known as counter-terrorism or prevent program prior to this incident. Investigators believe he was influenced by extreme Islamist ideology, but the full motivation remains under investigation. The device attached to him was assessed and found to be fake or non-functional. The family of al-Shami issued a statement condemning the act, distancing themselves from his actions and starting their shock and sorrow. Let's talk about the victims and a deeply troubling fact that has emerged. 2 men died, Adrian Daulby, age 53, and Melvin Cravitz, age 66. Adrian Daulby is believed to have been shot accidentally by police while trying to hold the door shut to prevent the attacker's entry. His family described his final act as courageous. Melvin Cravitz appears to have been stabbed near the synagogue gate. At least one other victim also sustained a gunshot wound but survived. The only shot fired were from police. The attacker was not carrying a firearm. This revelation has sparked intense debate in trying to stop the attacker. Did law enforcement action inadvertently cause more harm? The investigation is ongoing. The attack sent shockwaves through the UK and the world. How have communities and leaders reacted? UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer condemned the attack as horrific and pledged increased security for the Jewish community. He cut short a trip abroad to return for an emergency Cobra meeting. The King and Queen also expressed sorrow and support for those affected. International reactions. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu blamed what he described as weakness of terrorism in the UK. Foreign Minister Gideon Saw criticized Britain for failing to curb anti-Semitic incitement. Within the UK, Chief Rabbi Sir Ebrahim Mirwais called for national soul searching, warning that anti-Semitism is proliferating across media, universities, social media, and public life. Lord John Mann, former anti-Semitism advisor, said, "This attack marks a moment where hatred has been allowed to build up unchecked." The Charity Commission pledged support for the Synagogue's charity and the wider sector. Police forces across the UK responded by increased patrols at synagogues and Jewish institutions. In Manchester itself, the Jewish community expressed deep pain and frustration, not only mourning the dead, but feeling vulnerable in the face of rising anti-Semitism. To understand why this attack hit so hard, we must see it in the context of rising anti-Semitism in the UK and tensions globally. The Community Security Trust (CST) monitors anti-Semitic incidents. In the first half of 2025 alone, over 1,500 anti-Semitic incidents were recorded in Britain. At the same time, Islamophobic incidents have also been rising. The Muslim community has expressed solidarity with Jewish neighbors, but also fear of backlash. Protest movements, especially around the Israel-Hamas conflict, have sometimes spilled into rhetoric that Jewish groups say crosses into anti-Semitism. Chief Rabbi Mirwais flagged slogans like "globalize the Intifada" as dangerous. In Manchester, some eyewitnesses say that felt the attack was not a surprise, referring local tensions, that threats and security concerns prior to this event. This attack is not an isolated act. It's part of a pattern of hate and violence combined with ideological polarization. Even as facts emerge, many pressing questions remain unanswered, and these will shape how Britain responds. Motivate and networks. Was this purely lone actor act, or did other helps plan, finance, or direct it? The 6 arrests now in custody are under suspicion of commission, preparation, or instigation of terrorism. Intelligence gaps. How did someone not flagged by prevent or counter-terrorism slip through the crack despite serious allegations? Example, the prior rape case. Use of force and accountability. How and why did police fire when victims were behind the door? Will investigations show that protocols were followed or violated? Security protocols. How should synagogues and religious institutions enhance protection without turning places of worship into fortresses? Community trust and cohesion. How to balance security measures with preserving open, welcoming faith spaces. Government action. Will this lead to reform in hate crime laws, counter-terrorism measures, or institutional changes in policing? So, what we can learn and what must be doing forward? Vigilance and early intervention. It is not enough to detect radicalization late. Communities, social media, platform, law enforcement must coordinate early. Strength with humanity. Security measures must be rigorous but not dehumanizing. Places of worship must coordinate early. Strength with humanity. Security measures must be rigorous but not dehumidifying. Places of worship must remain accessible. Solidarity across faiths. Muslim, Christians, Jews, others must stand together against hate, not be divided by it. Already some local Muslim groups in Manchester tragedy, but also call to vigilance, compassion and action. If you found this helpful, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. It helps more people see these stories and learn. I'll keep updating this story as new information emerges. Check the description for source links and references. Let's honor those lost by working for a world where places of worship are safe, not sites of fear. Ideas of extremism, bigotry, conspiracy that feed them. Ultimate, the victim and survivors of this attack deserve that we remember, speak truth and act to prevent further tragedies.